Hey, what's up? It's Alex. I haven't done an I Hate video in a really long time. I did my first two back in the fall semester, probably October, something like that, if I had to guess, maybe November. But it's February now, February 9th, so there's been a few months since I did my last videos, and a lot of stuff has annoyed me since then. And I figured since the first two videos went over pretty well, people seem to like them, and since it's really a good cathartic exercise for me, I would go ahead and post a volume 3. So I've got them written down here. I'll go ahead and start reading them off, and let me know what you think. Alright, first one. People that sign their name after a Facebook status. Why would you do that? Your name and picture, literally like a little miniature ID card for you, shows up right next to the post that you're doing. We don't need you to sign your name for us to figure out who you are. You're not writing a letter. Alright, 2. Comic strips that have run for way too long. These are things like Blondie, Beetle Bailey, Andy Capp, Snuffy Smith. They're like so old that they've lost touch with all reality. Either that or they just recycle the same jokes over and over again. If I see one more Blondie comic strip about a giant sandwich, I'm going to shoot somebody. The only comic in my mind that gets a pass on this is Peanuts, because Peanuts I read like every day in the paper, and it's still funny. It might have been written a long time ago, but the stuff stays true. So Peanuts gets a pass. All the other ones, hang up the cape, let somebody else come in, let another cartoonist come in and establish their comic. Alright, the fact that colleges will fire a teacher because they give out too many A's. Now, I understand that it could be because the teacher's, watering down the course and making it too easy, and it means that the course doesn't really, 1, mean anything as far as your degree, or 2, prepare you for any course that you're supposed to have after it. But there's also another option, and that's that the teacher's just good, and they prepare their students better than the average teacher, and so more of their students succeed. I don't like the fact that colleges will get rid of a teacher just because they have more students earning higher grades. That's stupid. Kind of in the same vein, teachers that try to make their students fail instead of trying to help them learn. And I've had a few teachers like this where their tests and their homework and stuff is not designed to make you think about the subject. It's not designed to make you learn it. It's designed to see how they can trick you. How they can put in this little hook or this little thing, minuscule detail that really isn't important to the subject that you're studying, and see if they can just sap a few points from you with it. I don't really see the point of that. Alright, next. People that put causes as their Facebook status. You've all seen these. Put this if you know somebody who's been affected by breast cancer. This will help end breast cancer. There was one a few months ago, or maybe a month or two ago, where you were supposed to change your profile picture to your favorite childhood cartoon, and that was somehow going to help end child abuse. You're not helping. That's really all I can say. You just want to feel good. You want everybody to see, oh look, I'm against child abuse. Well, yeah, no duh you're against child abuse. If you weren't, then I probably wouldn't be your friend in the first place. I don't want to know somebody like you. Honestly, if you want something to get done about these causes, stop child abuse, go volunteer somewhere. Donate to charity. Putting it as your Facebook status accomplishes nothing. Yeah, you annoy the hell out of me. And it also makes me feel kind of guilty because it's always invariably at the end, it's like, repost this if you care. It's like, well, yeah, I do care. I don't want little children being beaten with shovels or rakes or other assorted gardening tools. But still, I also don't want to take up my status for something that I know is just so unbelievably ineffective. It doesn't help anybody. So I hate those. Alright, people that try to get you on campus here at USF, and I actually have seen this more at USF St. Pete, but either way, it happens at USF Tampa too. People that try to get you to sign petitions. Yeah, if I'm walking on campus, chances are I'm walking to or from a class. I don't want to take time out of my schedule, possibly make myself late for my next class, just so that I can sign a petition, put my name on something that, I know nothing about except for what you, somebody who's clearly biased and wants me to sign this thing anyway, has told me about it. That's not a smart move. I don't know why you guys do it. I guess it must be successful for you, but I'm not going to buy into it. Alright, next. Freshmen in USF that wear all green like they're freaking leprechauns. I can understand wearing, owning a few USF clothing articles. That makes sense. That's fine. But if you wear it every day, and that's like your wardrobe is consisting of USF everything, that's just weird. Way to be an individual. Next, still on the school kind of subject, colleges that are really small, like they're tiny colleges, but they're also almost like chain colleges, like DeVry University or Everest or anything like that. Those little tiny ones that you see on like ads for daytime TV and stuff, and occasionally on Facebook. They're always advertising like, hey, do you want to come to our small, no-name, unaccredited most of the time university and pursue your degree in criminal justice so you can work in a prison? No. I'll keep on in the good university that I got into because I didn't drop out of high school and then get my GED sent to me in the mail after 4 years of working at McDonald's and realizing my life was a pathetic excuse for anything that most people would want. So, no. In short, screw off. I don't want to go to your college. I'll keep on where I am. Alright, next. People that in my level of classes, I'm a senior right now, and my classes are decently tough. Like last semester, this I Hate was written still in last semester, and I had biochemistry, microbiology, microlab, genetics, bioresearch, and an honors thesis. And the people that were in like biochemistry that studied for like an hour and then still passed the exams, I hate you so much it's almost difficult to put into words. You annoy the hell out of me, and don't get me wrong, I'm extremely jealous and that's why I hate you, but still, the fact remains that I loathe your very being. Next, people that look at me incredulously at the store when I try to buy alcohol. I understand that it is your job to card people, and that's fine. I have no problem being carded. I know that I look younger than I am. Most people wouldn't assume that I'm 21 upon looking at me. But people that give me this one, really? You want to buy this? I'm going to need to see some ID. Like, they're expecting me to fail, be like, oh, I don't have it. Honestly, that's not your job. Do your damn job. Don't patronize me. Next, I hate people that dress their children, and this goes especially for twins, because that's where you see it the most, exactly the same. Way to rob your children. Again, especially twins. Like, they don't have enough crap to deal with looking exactly identical to their sibling. Way to rob them of any sense of individuality that they may have once possessed. I mean, talk about identity issues. That's just got to be terrible for the kids. I'd never want that to happen if I had a twin. Honestly, examine your actions, parents. That's really just crap parenting. Next, people that live in Florida and elect to landscape their entire yard with pebbles and rocks, and occasionally your cactus or something. You live in a tropical paradise where pretty much anything that you want will grow. You can grow bamboo, you can grow trees, flowers, fruit trees, bushes, pretty much freaking anything you'd ever want to grow, and you elect to go with rocks. I'm speechless. That's it. Alright, people that type on Facebook as though they were texting. And I hate people that text me like they're texting. Like, using the letter U for you, the word you. Just stuff like that. I hate it. If you're on Facebook, I doubly hate it. You have a damn keyboard in front of you. Type. Does it really take that much longer? Alright, next. People that use the wrong kind of to. T-O-O, T-O, T-W-O, or your. And your is even worse. I've seen a lot of people, especially when you have to, put the apostrophe R-E on there, that throws people for a loop. If English is your first language, learn to freaking speak it. Learn to write it. You have no excuse. Next. Oh, this is a big one. People that are on disc golf. Now, if you don't know what disc golf is, it's frisbee golf. Basically, you get these little discs, throw them at a basket with chains in it, and it's like golf. So you're going to have a par for a certain hole, and you take as many strokes as you need to get it into the basket. There are people that go to the Frisbee golf course that's near my house in Sarasota with like 50 discs in a stroller. They literally push a stroller in front of them. And they take so goddamn long to throw. They'll sit there. Over and over again, lining up their shots. Look, you're not Tiger Woods. It's disc golf. Throw the damn Frisbee. Get out of my way. And for another thing, you don't need 50 discs. I go through there and put up respectable scores with one disc. One single Frisbee. That's all you need. You don't need an entire 50 to 60 discs to play that course. Alright, next. People that you do something nice for in traffic, you know, you let them in from an exit, or you let them merge when there's like a lane getting closed off or something. Just something that you do nice for them, and they don't wave. They just go on like nothing happened. I always make it a point, you know, somebody lets me in, I wave in the back. I even wave, like, vigorously to make sure they see me. I look like a dumbass to everybody else, but I want that guy to know that what he did was appreciated. If you don't do that for me, I hate your guts, and I actually probably wouldn't be too horribly bent out of shape if I saw you hit like a landmine and careen off the side of the road in a fiery inferno. Yeah, so wave to me. It's not that hard. Next. How expensive things get in Florida in season. Season, obviously, for those that don't live here, is when everybody from the upper, you know, mostly the Northeast and Canada, comes down and invades our highways driving 30 miles an hour in the left lane with their right blinker on for 18 miles at a time. Basically, that's season. And when season comes in Florida, that's our main, you know, source of income, so we have to deal with them. But everything skyrockets in price, because everybody coming down here is retired and they have money to blow. But that means that everybody in Florida, you know, has to pay more for basic things. All the restaurants raise their prices a little bit. I paid $10 for a hamburger without looking at the menu. I figured, you know, hamburger, it's $5-6 at the most if it's a really good hamburger. No, season they bumped it up to 10. That's what I get for not looking at the menu, but still, it's ridiculous. Next. I hate the fact that McDonald's stopped serving breakfast at 10:30 in the morning. Screw that. I don't get up a lot of times. If I don't have a class, I don't get up until 9:30. And there's no way I'm getting to McDonald's, you know, if I want to go there by 10:30 most of the time. I want my McGriddle when I want it. And when I want it could very easily be at 3 p.m. And you know I would buy it, so why bother not selling it to me? That just means that I'm probably not going to go to McDonald's because I can't get what I want. Next. Fanny packs. Now, I don't know anybody personally who likes fanny packs, but I've seen way too many of them around to think that it's just isolated people. Some people really like these things. They make you look like an idiot. Whether you wear them on the front or the back, it doesn't matter at all. The fanny pack is horrible. Use anything else. Use a messenger bag, a backpack, whatever you want. Just don't do the fanny pack. Ugh. Next, how pizza places around here, and by around here I mean Tampa. I'm living right next to USF, within like 5 minutes of it. Pizza places always put their menus in the crack of my door, and they will put a menu in from the same pizza place literally multiple times a week. It's only been 2 days since the last Gumby's pizza menu was shoved in my door. I can't possibly need another one. Unless I'm burning them for fuel in here, I can't possibly have destroyed and or lost your menu that quickly. Not to mention, I never order from these places anyway. And what makes it even worse is there's about 10 of these places that keep putting menus in my door, so every day when I come back from class, they never put it in when I'm here. It's always when I come back. Somehow they must know when I'm gone. They bug my apartment or something. But they come in and they put their damn menus in my door. I don't need it. I don't want it. It's going in the trash immediately. So maybe they know that, and that's why they keep giving me new ones. Again, maybe they bugged my apartment. But you'd think after this many months, having never ordered something from them, they might let up a little bit. I guess not. They don't keep track of it. Whatever. Next, the fact that the local kind of hard rock station here, 98 Rock, is playing things from like 102.5, which is used to be the classic rock station here. Like, they're playing Led Zeppelin, and they're playing a lot more AC/DC, and I've got nothing wrong with those bands, but I don't want to turn on 98 Rock and hear songs, that should be playing on 102.5. When I want to listen to those songs, I'll tune into 102.5. When I want to listen to songs that 98 Rock plays, I'll listen to 98 Rock. And 102.5 is trying to do the same thing. They're playing more modern stuff, kind of spliced in with the old stuff that they were playing. That just makes me not want to listen to either of your stations as much as I used to. So take a cue. You're losing me as a listener. Next, how The Point, which is my apartment complex here, will hijack my internet access every so often when they want me to. They force me to read something and acknowledge that I've read it. And it's usually something that's either unbelievably stupid or insulting. So either they'll say something like, alright, we wanted to let you know that, if you see a car driving by outside and its lights are off and it's at night, don't flash your lights at them because that's a common gang initiation thing and they'll shoot you. And that's how they choose who to shoot for their initiation. Okay, I get Tampa's rough. It's not usually that rough. And still, I'm pretty sure most people have heard of that anyway. You never flash your lights at a car without, their lights on. That's just stupid. Maybe people a while back did, but I think most people from my generation have kind of grown up a little bit more jaded than that. And the other things that they'll do is really insulting things, like they'll say, because one or two people haven't paid rent in the entire complex of like 300 goddamn people, they'll put out a thing and it'll be really abrasive and be like, if you haven't paid your rent, we will evict you. And they make you watch this or read this, and they won't let you go back on the internet until you do and acknowledge that you did. And it just pisses me off. Next, when you're sitting in class for most of the semester in a specific seat, and everybody kind of does this back from our elementary school days when we had assigned seats, we tend to pick a seat and stay with it. At least most people do. But I hate it when you've done that for most of the semester and then some douchebag comes in and takes the seat that you've been sitting in, and you're forced to sit in some unfamiliar location. Not cool, man. Don't do it. Next, Dennis Leary in the Ford truck commercials. Every commercial he does for those Ford trucks makes it sound like he's berating you for being stupid, for not already being inside a Ford F-150 immediately. Why the hell are you watching TV? You should be driving a Ford truck right now. It's not going to help you sell cars. Berating me and making me hate you is not a good sales pitch. Next, I hate the number of ways that the name Caitlin can be spelled. And this, I know this one's really random, but it came up because I was trying to email a girl in my class named Caitlin something, and the only way to figure out anybody's email in USF is to just type in their first name or last name, but I didn't know this girl's last name, whatever, into the search bar, and it'll come up with different people's names like that and what their email addresses are. I could not find hers for the life of me, and she ended up spelling it it was Kaytlin, and maybe there was like a silent E on the end or something. There are far too many ways to spell that name. I say that we introduce legislation that mandates that people spell it one way so that everybody else can live a simpler life. Just my idea. Next, I hate that I'm in a trigonometry class now, and basically the only people in there, I'm like one of the only seniors in there because I elected to take my math late because I hate math and I felt like procrastinating was the way to go for some reason. But I hate the fact that everybody in that class is like a freshman or a sophomore, and all of the freshman guys are such idiots. They all have like really, really close shaved hair, wear wigger clothing, like hoodies that are way too big, hats off to the side. It's like, dude, you're a white guy who's a freshman in a trigonometry class. Stop trying to act like you're ghetto or gangster. What's even worse are the ones that like try to interrupt class, like make cracks and stuff while the teacher's talking, sometimes even about the teacher. There's one guy that's just an idiot that way. and disrupt the class. I mean, it's like, dude, you're not in elementary school anymore. Get over yourself. You're paying for this class. You might as well try to learn something from it before your life is absolutely sucked up into an abyss of micromanaged office positions that you'll eventually end up in because you lack the drive and or intelligence to rise any higher than that. Next, I hate how Facebook continues to make changes to their site that make it more complicated and more difficult to use. They changed my profile. Nothing's in the same place anymore. I don't like it. Now they've done this thing where they actually, like, when you click on a photo, you no longer can just scroll through a photo album. It brings up like a Windows photo browsing thing. Not Windows, but something, you know, analogous to that system that takes up your entire screen. You cannot do anything else with it. And the only way to get around it is to open these things, open the pictures in another tab. I don't want to have to do that. Just make it simple like it used to be. They need to embrace the motto, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Just leave it alone until somebody complains about it, and then look at their complaint. If it has merit, then go ahead and fix it. If not, screw them. They're probably some kind of malcontent. It doesn't matter. Next, I hate how Florida weather recently has decided that it wants to go back and forth between freezing and 80 degrees. I never know. When I wake up in the morning, I have no idea what I'm going to wear outside because it could just as easily be like literally air-conditioned time in my car as it could be heat. So, you know, I'll go out, and no matter what I decide on wearing, I go out wearing the wrong thing. So it'll be 80 degrees, and I'll end up with a sweater and a long-sleeve shirt and jeans, and it'll be stiflingly hot. Or it'll decide to drop down to 40 degrees, and I'll come out with, like, you know, khaki shorts and a t-shirt and sandals. So, Florida, please make up your mind as to what weather you want to have for the present moment. Next, I hate how every single time I wash towels in my apartment, the lint filter is so small that it, like, overflows, and everything that I own is covered in a fine layer of blue fuzz, and of course that gets on me. And I don't have the option of washing the towels separately because water is so expensive, and if you live in the Tampa Bay area, you've probably heard about this. Water's so expensive here that I can't afford to do a separate load just for towels. I literally had to pay, you know, $30 more some months because I did too many loads of laundry or something like that. So I don't really have the option, and I just have to deal with the fact that I'm blue and fuzzy for a decent amount of time after each time that I wash my clothes. Next, I hate how the girls, I always thought guys were dirty, like before I started living here. Like guys were messier, dirtier people. Girls usually were more ordered and clean. Wrong. Completely wrong. The girl under me, like the floor down from where I am, I don't know what her deal is, but her porch is always like completely covered with hundreds of burnt out cigarettes, nasty like half-drank soda cans and stuff, and instead of bringing her trash to the dumpster like a normal person would, she just puts the bag outside on her porch every time that it fills up inside. So she'll leave 6 or 7 bags of trash out on her porch, which is right next to where I am. It's right under me, until it just starts to smell really, really bad. And I think the maintenance guys actually got on her and like made her take it out to the dumpster, but that took like 8 weeks last time. I hate this girl. I hate her. I've never even met her. I hate her. Next, I hate how my car tries to make me safe by it dings at me. Ding, 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 to put my seatbelt on, even if the car is in park. Now, sometimes I'll sit in my car and, you know, if I don't have enough time to go home or something, I might, you know, grab lunch or something, sit in my car and listen to the radio or my iPod or something. And I don't want to be sitting in park with the seatbelt on the entire time, so I'll take it off. The car will ding at me until I actually take the seatbelt, reach around behind me, and click it in so that I'm sitting on the back of the seatbelt. Stop trying to think for me. Stop trying to make me safer. Just let me do what I want to do. If I die in a fiery car accident, that's on me. Next, I hate people that refuse to go at a traffic light because they're texting. They're looking down at their phone. And even worse are people that are reading a book. Why the hell would you even try to read a book while driving a car? You are piloting tons of metal and glass and gasoline that is currently being ignited at high rates of speed and attempting to read a book at the same time. What the hell is wrong with you? Anyway, back to the original one. People that don't go because they're texting. I have no problem if you're texting while you're driving and you go off the road and die in a fiery inferno. That's cool with me. But don't make me wait to go. Don't make me late to wherever I'm going because you want to text your friend while sitting in the car at the stoplight. Enough said. Next, I hate Soulja Boy. I don't think I have to go into detail on that. If you like Soulja Boy, I hate you. That's pretty much it. His music is the most pathetic excuse for music that I think I've ever heard. There are a few that are up there, but Soulja Boy is definitely probably one of the worst. Next, I hate that the Seahawks got into the playoffs this year and the Bucks didn't. The Seahawks got in with a losing record. Bucks got in with a fairly strong winning record. I think we were like 10-6, which is not bad at all. The only reason we didn't get into the playoffs is because our division, the NFC South, kicks so much ass. We have the Saints, we have the Bucks, we have the Falcons. All three of those teams this year were playoff contenders. And I think that we should just really get rid of the divisions. Let the teams into the playoffs based on their records. Seahawks had no business being in there, even though they did beat the Saints, and that made me happy. Next, I hate how another football-themed one here. I hate how the best part of the Super Bowl halftime show this year, which is usually a pretty decent show, was the 30-second cameo by Slash. The Black Eyed Peas sucked. Sucked worse than I think I could have even predicted they would suck, and I pretty much assumed that they were going to be horrible. That show was abysmal. Not to mention the national anthem in the beginning. If you're going to sing the national anthem for the Super Bowl, don't you think you should do your homework and learn the damn lyrics? Just saying. Anyway, thank you, Slash, for saving the Super Bowl from being the halftime show from being a complete waste of time. Maybe you guys should have just let Slash do the Super Bowl show, and that would have worked out a hell of a lot better. Actually, I read something recently that shows that every single state is in agreement. Not one state gave, if they had to give it a grade like A, B, C, D, F, they all gave it F, more than any other grade. Every single state had a majority of people that voting F for the Super Bowl halftime show. Take note. Next, I hate how there are ads now for a testosterone supplement, and they refer to the condition as low T, as if testosterone is such an esoteric and complex word that it would confuse the people that are supposedly the clientele that would be buying this. It would confuse them enough that they wouldn't be able to understand what the drug was for. Don't insult my intelligence or the intelligence of other people. I still hold out a small amount of hope that not everybody's that stupid. Next. Excuse me. Next, I hate how racist I'm becoming because of the traffic in Tampa. This is horrible. I don't consider myself too terribly racist as it is. I consider myself realist. There are some things that people would say that I'm racist because, I say things that are actually true and other people don't like to hear it. But I'm actually becoming more racist than I think I should be as just a logical person because of the people that I have to drive with here in Tampa. I'm just going to put this out there. I've never almost been run off the road by a white man. Not once. Not one time. It's always, every time somebody veers over into my lane, cuts me off, or does some idiotic maneuver in traffic, guess who it is? It's a little Asian woman. Every time. Without fail. Now, don't you think that if you were a little Asian woman, you would know about that stereotype, that, you know, Asians aren't drivers, women tend to be worse drivers than men. You've got the double whammy there. You would concentrate on your driving even more, just so that you can disprove the stereotypes, so that you can show people, look, I'm a productive member of society that doesn't stand, you know, doesn't give you an increased chance of dying when you're on the road with me. No. No, they just drive like they normally do. Maybe they do. Maybe they do try. And this is just the level that they can reach. If they didn't try, it would be like, you know, every single time that they got behind the wheel. Maybe this is the best they can do. But still, I'm becoming unbelievably racist. I dislike Asian women now because they've almost killed me multiple times. Maybe they're ninjas. That would make sense. Why use a sword when you can run me over in a car? Next. How much it costs to go to the movies. I hate this. The movies have gone up so much over the last few years. It used to be that you could get to a movie, a good primetime movie at a good movie theater for $7, $8. It's like $11 now. If I can go to a sporting event and I can go to a hockey game for $15. A professional sporting event. If I can go there and it costs me less than to go to a movie and to get a popcorn, you guys have your priorities out of whack. There's no reason that it should be that much. And as a result, I haven't seen a movie since, like, August. I just refuse to pay that much money. And you also want to cut down on illegal downloading of movies? How about not jacking the prices of, you know, movies in the theaters and DVDs? How about making them reasonable so that people won't go, hey, I can't afford $18 to go to the movies. I'll just download it for free. Maybe that's something to think about. Next, I hate how the commercials. Commercials on Vivo. And for those of you that don't know, Vivo is, I guess, like the service that allows music videos to be played on YouTube. There are commercials in front of every music video. It didn't used to be like that. They annoy the hell out of me, and I know I'm not alone. Next, another commercial one. I hate how Hulu is putting on more and more and more and more commercials. Again, it used to be back in the old days of Hulu that you could watch an hour program and there would be like 3, maybe 4 commercials of 30 seconds apiece. You know, tops 2 minutes of commercials for the entire hour. Now, I just watched a program that had, I think, actually 46 minutes. It wasn't even an hour of content. There were 8 commercials. 8. Each one of them at least 30 seconds. Some of the ones toward the end were a full minute. Eventually, Hulu's not going to be any better than just watching it on TV. I'm not going to have any use for your service anymore. And the last one I'm going to do, how few people today know about good music. Like, there are so many artists out there that deserve so much more recognition than what is considered popular music. Like, let's go back to this one. Soulja Boy. Or Justin Bieber. What? Ew. God. Currently still occupies the #1, if I had a chance, I would throw this person into an active volcano list, Justin Bieber. Those are such crappy excuses for musicians. And then there are people like Donovan Frankenreiter. Never heard of him? I'm not surprised. Go look him up. If you like Jack Johnson type stuff, just chill music, look him up. It's a hell of a lot better than Justin Bieber. And nobody knows about them. Because talent is no longer what you need to get ahead in the music business. It's marketing. So that kind of makes me a little bit sick and sad at the same time. Anyway, that is my rant for now. And I guess, wow, this one went really long. I didn't realize it was as long as it was. 33 minutes. Damn, 34 minutes. Okay. Hopefully you guys didn't get too bored with this. I might chop this up into 2 different sections and do 2 videos with it. If not, let me know what you think. Whether you agree with me, disagree with me, whether you hate me. Just let me know. And see you guys later. Happy hating.